Hello, my name is Ilona. This is a recap of my life from January 30th, 2024, my Dutch life, and I'm going to do, of course, an English recap. So I've got a few questions here. First one I want to start with was the question about stripes in the sky. There are many people that are still worried about that, and there are a lot of stripes here in the Netherlands, but also across Europe. And to be honest, I've looked at it in the past. I don't feel that there are still a lot of things happening with the stripes. I believe that if they are there, they're healing or they are to cover up something. The energy I've got was the 10 of Swords. I've got the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. To me, it feels like this is covering up and it's kind of ending this all. It's all ending in a way. But it's covering up fighting that is still happening up in the skies, or what we're not supposed to see, like transportation of all kinds of airplanes. And they're working very hard on this. So that's why I'm like probably just covering things up to make sure that we don't see things that are in the sky. And there's still some things going on in the sky. That's the feeling I'm getting. So with the stripes in the sky, also someone responded that she checks the quality of the rainwater. And she said it's actually better than the water that we get from, the tap water that we have in the Netherlands here. So this is very interesting to see. So I do believe that a lot of the stuff that people are talking about that's in the air, that's kind of already left. And of course, it depends on how you see things and what resonates. To me, it feels like it doesn't make any sense because everything is falling apart, that they would have this full control of the sky still. I just don't believe that, but see what resonates for you in this case. The second thing is the farmers in the Netherlands. They were asking what is the energy there, because there's so much happening in Belgium now, in France, in Italy, in Germany. All the farmers are standing up. Well, we've got the 3 of Wands, which is kind of a wait and see. But we also have the 8 of Wands, so very fast things are going to happen. And the Tower, and then it's really going to set things off. So I do believe that they are now talking to also other farmers. They're also helping out. There are Dutch farmers in Belgium helping out, in France helping out, also in Germany. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Dutch farmers are going to do things here in the Netherlands, that they will get support from other farmers from other countries as well. And it's really going to fall apart. The Tower is really, collapsing all these old systems. So there's going to be something happening and it's going to move quite quickly. But right now they're kind of in a wait and see. Some farmers are helping, some farmers are talking to other farmers from other countries, and connections are being laid down. Their connections are being made, and that will be very beneficial later on. At least that's how I see things. The third question is about Charlie in Great Britain. King Charlie, who's of course in the hospital. That's very strange. They were very detailed about what he has, which is very strange because why are you even going to mention that? But anyway, they did. And the energy I've got, first of all, is the Emperor. That's like military. We've got the 6 of Wands, which is like victory. And the 5 of Cups has to do with sadness. But I believe that he had kind of an upgrade, especially with the military behind this. It's probably going to look a little bit different when he comes out again. So there are some things that needed to be changed. If he comes out, then then there will be like an upgrade. But we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. But there are interesting things happening. It's like he's getting new instructions and things needed to be upgraded, so to speak. So that's the reason why he's in the hospital. Also, Kate was in the hospital as well. Interesting things. I also read something about that he's probably going to abdicate in like 10 years from now. And just things are happening now. And I don't believe that is going to happen. And I'm sure we are in a very different situation in 10 years from now. I'm not sure if there are going to be any royal families in this new world we are heading towards. So that's the feeling I'm getting. It's kind of falling apart, all these royal families and everything connecting to it. But this is very interesting. So I think he had an upgrade that was apparently necessary. The next question is in South Africa. This was very interesting because it was an English question in the Dutch life. Well, that's fine. I actually also responded in English. I was very happy with the question. And this was about Cape Town in South Africa. There are fires everywhere in Cape Town, and it's very interesting. The person thought that it had to do with cleansing. So I looked at it. First of all, was the first card, the Queen of Wands. So this has to do with white hats. And has to do with restricting people, getting certain people that are kind of panicking and everywhere. And that's why there probably are fires on very strange places as well. But it's necessary to cleanse. So I do believe that the white hats are behind this. This is also cleansing people. So it wouldn't surprise me. We also have a lot of things happening now in Rotterdam here in the Netherlands with all kinds of explosions, and it is very interesting to see. I believe it has to do with the underworld. They, of course, are taking a hit as well. They are connected with the dark energies, just like the politicians and all these dark puppets. They are connected in many, many ways. So that is being cleansed as well. Especially, with ports are being cleansed, tunnels, things like that. So they are in a panic as well, the underworld. And I think that's what's also happening in Cape Town, which is, of course, known for ports and things like that. So I do believe that things are being locked down there as well. At least they're trying to connect it to get everyone involved and make sure that they won't be able to use certain routes and they won't be able to get away with it. So the other question, the sixth question, was the energy. Let's see. First, this was number 5. Yes. Number 5 is the energy in Europe and how far are we in Europe in what's going on. And I see there's another card used. So that's this card. We had first, this was interesting. I had 2 pages, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords. So that almost feels like we're in the beginning because usually this represents a very young energy. But then we get the 10 of Wands with the Justice card. So I pulled them both out at the same time. And this is the ending. So we actually are further than we think. So it may seem like we are just starting. But really, with the 10 of Wands, which is like an ending, the end of the minor arcana for the numbers, and the Justice card. So it's actually already in that phase. So in Europe, the things are already happening. Wouldn't surprise me if it's also, of course, happening around the world. Also in America, things are already happening. Justice is already starting to being served. So I think we are in the end of that, and also in Europe. But it may seem like we are at the beginning, but we're really not. So that's a very interesting combination. The other question was the energy of Canada. Of course, now happening with Mr. Castro there. Of course, now he had to, what he tried with the truckers wasn't correct. So he really got a setback. He wasn't supposed to touch their bank accounts. That's just awful. Or gave them a reason, that they weren't allowed to stand up for themselves. So he's really by a court. He's really been, let's just say, got a hit. And I think there was also someone from the parliament that resigned because of this. But the energy right now is the King of Swords. We've got the 3 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So this is, to me, there's of course this manipulative man there. I believe that's Mr. C. He's working there, still trying to do his thing. But, the Canadian people are kind of watching and seeing what's going to happen. And a lot is being given to them. Right now we had, of course, if I'm not mistaken, or he just returned, Tucker Carlson actually went to Canada, talked there, spoke, to a lot of people. So it's influencing a lot of people about Canada. What's been happening, of course, with the entire government there. This, of course, coming out from this court case that it wasn't rightfully done in that way. And things are being brought out there as well. So I do believe that they may have a wait and see attitude, the Canadian people, but they are given so much now that it will, bring them in action again. So I think this is very important because really a lot of people with the truckers convoy were hit very hard by what they've done. So I'm glad to hear that things are being corrected and hopefully they will, get money returned for that as well, for everything they've taken from them. So let's see. Number 7 is the Super Bowl. What is the energy with the Super Bowl, of course, in America? Well, we have the Ace of Cups, which is interesting. It's like a new beginning of connection. We have the Empress, which is a beautiful female sacred energy, but we also have the Five of Swords. So I think that it will be a completely new beginning, but we are going to see old things, like maybe old signals, maybe certain ritual. It will be in your face. It will be on the nose, so to speak. But a new beginning is already happening. And I think that a lot of things that used to happen underneath the Super Bowl, I don't think that it's going to happen this Super Bowl, not in the extent as it's happened in the past. I think a lot of things have already changed there. So this is very interesting to see. This is actually two beautiful cards and one very rough card. So I do think we're going to see certain things on the nose. Maybe certain things are going to come out about the Super Bowl, but it's already changing. It will be like a change happening. So this can be very interesting what we're actually going to see, or there's a change of energy from that day on. Sort of like, it's a bit difficult to explain, but there's like a different energy connected to it. Last question is, are there more clones than humans? Which I thought was very interesting. So I kind of was looking at the energy, connected, because I don't think there are going to be more clones than humans, because I don't think clones last that long. At least that's my the information I've read about that. Well, we've got the Lover's card, but we also have the Eight of Cups, and as last card we have the Magician. This is choices are being made, and we are going to leave that entire thing behind. We are really going to step into our power, which means all the cloning, which in a way isn't natural. Clones don't have souls. It's really something very strange, something, it's not really natural. So I think we'll be making choices from our hearts, moving away from this. I think humanity is moving away from all these techniques, practices, and really stepping into our power. So I think there are more humans, and ultimately there won't be any clones at all. At least that's not what I'm sensing. We are really becoming very spiritual, and then of course we want to connect with everything and everyone around us. Everything is connected, but with clones it will feel differently. So I have the feeling that those techniques will be left behind. That's the feeling I'm getting. So that's what I've got, and I'd like to leave that this. There was something else as well before I forgot in my other, let's see if I got the card right away. Yes, I usually also pull a card at the end of the live for the people that are looking, the chat. And I kind of forgot in my other recaps about this, but this one was a very beautiful card. It's Enlighten Your Spirit Oracle cards from Rebecca Campbell. I'm not sure if that is the correct term for it, but this is what it looks like, and it's from Rebecca Campbell. And it's a really beautiful card, and this was for the card for all the people in the chat, people that are watching later on, the people that are watching this video. This is for you, the birth of a new time. That's what this card stands for. And we are all helping along this new time, this new birth of this new world, new creations. We all are doing our job, our work, our part in this. We are all important. Everyone, each and everyone that is watching this video, that is maybe watching this video later on, we are all doing our part in creating this beautiful new world. And we should be very, very proud of that. So I just wanted to say that as well. I'll leave you with this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.